What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It's episode number 45 and it's the season finale as we play our final two Premier League games today on the back of a catastrophic run. 5 losses in our last 6 games in all competitions, including the defeat in the FA Cup semi-final to Liverpool today. We're going to play the final 2 Premier League games, well, as you can see on the table right now, we can't finish in the top 4 now after a catastrophic conclusion to season 5, but we are just 1 win away from guaranteeing a top 6 place, and I believe 2 points away from guaranteeing a top 7 place. So yeah, destiny is in our own hands to get European football at the Triangle next season, and if we bottle it from here, it'll be the worst collapse of all time. So let's make sure we don't do it right now. 5 clear of Arsenal in 8th place. Our final 2 games are at home to Nottingham Forest in mid-table with nothing to play for, and away against Fulham, which, based on how the first game today goes, may well be a decider for either Europa League or Conference League football, with Fulham right now in 7th place. So yeah, 2 games to end on. This is our final one at the Triangle this season. Nottingham Forest time, where a win will guarantee at the very least a top 6th place and Europa League football. So let's go get it in our first game today. Nuno's side at the Triangle with Europa League football on the line. Come on, Hughes. Yeah, apologies for my voice today, guys. Not quite feeling... Oh, how has that gone in? Up to scratch, and Chad not exactly up to scratch there. That really shouldn't have gone in. Worst possible start. This has been one of my worst runs in FC 25. I mean, we haven't just been losing games, we've been losing games badly. And against Everton, we were trailing and we literally pulled out right at the end with 2 late goals to win it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we bottled this, you know. I would not be one bit surprised if we end up finishing without European football. It has been that kind of run towards this end of the season. I feel confident we should draw at least one of the 2 games. Whether that'll be enough or not remains to be seen. I mean, all we've got to do is hold Fulham. If you hold Fulham on the final day away with Craven Cottage, then it doesn't matter what happens here. As Forsen is denied by the Belgian Mike Penders. So that's the game I'm most reliant on. If we stop Fulham at Craven Cottage on the final day, at the very least, we'll finish in 7th place. There's Teddy will find Dior, and Forsen takes it in his stride, and another good save by Penders. Roll back into the middle. Higgins controls. Duomo can shoot. Oh, come on! And if at first you don't succeed, try again. First year for Duomo, Oxford on level terms. So the second half about to begin, and we are still tied at 1-1. Would I take it? Well, honestly, probably not, because we need that 1 win to guarantee European football, but it does mean at least we stop the rot after a really poor run. Get a first draw in. I can't remember the last time we drew a game, you know. Oh, Coventry, I think it was, away at Rico, but yeah. Again, like I said, this game is not important, not as important, I should say, as the final day, obviously. All we've got to do is stop Fulham in that one. And that is European football, man. And I want Europa League, though. That's the thing. I want Europa League. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, Conference League, it would be nice to get European football for the first time in a save anyway. But, oh, as Higgins is denied what would have been the goal to get us in front. There's a big difference, I feel, between all 3 competitions, Europa, Conference and Champions League. The step up to each different competition, in my opinion, is really big. And so, like I said, I wouldn't be against Conference League football. It'd be nice to get something, but obviously I'd much prefer Europa League. Oh, what's happened there? Spencer has gone down. I didn't see that. I'll have to watch that on the replay. We've got an injury for Spencer. That's going to be him done for, obviously, the final day. I mean, obviously, with that kind of animation. Imagine if he sort of sprung back up and was ready for the final day. I didn't see what happened there. Goes up for the header with 3 players. Hits the deck, lands awkwardly, and I guess that's where the injury is. So that's going to be an ACL. I say often you can tell what kind of injury it's going to be based on the animation and whether they need forcing off or not. That is going to be an ACL for Spencer, which means he'll miss half of next season as well. God, this end to the season has been catastrophic. Amin, Dolan and now Spencer all missing the final run-in. And that's going to be, again, Brody out for half of next season as well. Well, I knew it was going to be a challenge this season to get us into Europe. Even until the very end, the game is not making it any easier on me. Duomo's going to pop it out wide to Karamoko. That's a wonderful bit of skill there to beat his man, Mika Marmol. Go on, son, go on. Higgins just couldn't pull the trigger, and Penders will get it away. Going for it in the final stages as gives White, goes for goal. Gray makes the save. that I think is going to do it, and it means that our final game at the Triangle will end as a draw, and our poor run continues. 1 win in 7 in all competitions, a diabolical end to the campaign, and we are crawling to European football. The question is, on the final day, will we still need to hold Fulham or not to make it, or have other teams done us a favour? Let's go find out. I can't remember who was playing who, but based on these dressing room scenes, it seems as though we've probably got a goal update and a full-time score update on our phone. There's no Fulham 1. Oh, there we go. That's it. That must have been it. That must have been it. We'll immerse ourselves with some realism there. I don't know if you saw that or not, but Arsenal lost at Bournemouth. That is that. European football of some kind is guaranteed, and actually, Europa League is guaranteed as well. Oh, no, wait. No. Sorry. Manchester United play tomorrow. Okay, sorry. I was wrong. No, Wednesday. Actually, Wednesday. But if Liverpool beat Manchester United, that will guarantee it. I'll check the Spencer injury in a moment. But Liverpool, please do us a favour there at Anfield. No, Manchester United wants. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. European football is, but we could still end up finishing in 7th if on the final day Manchester United beat Leicester and Fulham beat us as well. So very simple scenario going into the final day. Thank you to Bournemouth for making sure at the very, very least we've got Conference League football, but the scenario on the final day is simple. If we win, that is 5th place locked up. If we draw, that is a minimum of 6th place locked up. But if we lose and both Fulham and Manchester United win, then we will drop to 7th and that Conference League spot. The interesting thing, by the way, is this, which I'll show you now. Oh, not bitter. No, very bitter. Brentford won the Carabao Cup. They shouldn't have even been there. It's not on, man. But Brentford won the Carabao Cup, which I think means that if we were to drop to 7th place, then I think we miss out on European football altogether. I'm not 100% sure, although we might qualify along with them. And that would mean that Manchester United and Fulham get Europa League. I don't actually know. What I do know is that 6th guarantees it for sure, and a draw will guarantee it as well on the final day. But a loss, and again, 7th might not be enough for European football after all. We're not sure at this point. So let's do it. Final game of the season. Fulham away at Craven Cottage, heading into this one here. To be honest, I do feel quite confident despite a catastrophic run here of not bottling on the final day. I've bottled many things on the final day, but with this one here, again, all we need is to draw, and Manchester United have to win as well. So, based on those two factors, I feel confident we can get the job done, especially with the Red Devils coming on the back of a loss. So let's make sure we don't bottle it here away in West London. Final game of the season, Fulham at Craven Cottage, where we get a point, guarantees at the very least a top 6 finish and European football. Come on to use. I've bottled plenty of things on the final day before. European football, a championship, and the worst of the lot, the one that normally comes to mind first as well. What a brilliant... Oh my god. What can I do about that? Seriously, that is literally pinball football on the edge of my area. Dior and Masengo running around like headless chickens, and no chance for coming between the sticks. And also safety on the final day as well. Relegated twice actually, once in career mode and once in FM. And here against Fulham, based on the run we've had, I still feel confident getting back in this, but we've got a tired team out there. We've got a makeshift back four. I can't be surprised. We're already a goal down. And again, Fulham have to win. They've come out with that intent. 9 minutes in, already a goal down. Our defence, when was the last time I get to clean sheet? Higgins needs a teammate, finds one in Forson, has a go. Oh, clips the outside of the post as he drops behind for goal. It's okay though, it's alright, not going to panic. The advantage to conceding early is that there's so much time on your side. You've got plenty of time to turn it around, man. We've done it before. We did it recently against Everton. We were behind at Goodison and won it late. So when you do concede early, oh, it's Higgins fast wide. Don't panic, lots of time. And don't forget, Manchester United have to beat Leicester on the final day, which you expect them to do, but it's not a guarantee. As Dior makes the tackle there, and Dwayne, Forson, get out of the way. I was going to say Dwayne's going to find Higgins, but instead Forson says, no, I'm going to stop it. Great interception, mate, but for the wrong team. Phillips through to Harris. I've gone with him in this game. He scored a couple of goals since coming in for me, and he can shoot from range, that kid. As Higgins just couldn't get away from Boucher and Fulham clear. But it's all Oxford in the early going, despite the quick goal from... Oh, hang on. The quick goal from Fulham, it's all Oxford in the early going. A little bit lucky with a poor pass out, but it was coming. That leveller was coming, and we've got it. Like I said, doing all the right things. Keep going. Eventually, you'll get what you deserve. We keep playing like this, and we are going to take the lead. No doubt about it. And as Harris, the former Fulham man himself, skips away, we know he's got the pace. Lowe was charging forward and decides to go backwards. That's fine, though. That's fine. Because Higgins is there for the tap in. Come on. I say it all the time and I'll say it again. If you are doing all the right things, you just haven't had what you deserve. Keep on doing it. Eventually, you will get your breakthrough. This whole half, despite conceding from kickoff, has been Oxford domination. It was only a matter of time before we flipped the script and led. Perfect timing right before the break. Higgins puts us in front with his brace, and on the final day, we turn to the boy wonder to rescue us. And Batman, it's Robin, but he's still a superhero in our eyes. Oxford United, hold on. Still going to be in front of the break, as long as we defend this corner, as Masengo clips it away on the block. It's going to be in towards Patayari, heads it away, will drop on the volley, it goes just over the bar. But there's a whole second half to play. We have the lead, but believe me, it ain't done yet. 45 minutes to hold on to fifth. God, Masengo, win that, win that, win that. He's going to drop to Darami. Just about find space down the right. It's a good cross. Dior is there. And Dembele is going to pop it back towards coming. There we go. 22 minutes to go. We are almost there. Again, a draw guarantees sixth, but I don't want sixth. I want fifth. I want the Europa League. I'm not knocking the Conference League, but there's a big difference between Conference and Europa, just like there is with Europa and Champions League. Not to mention that winning it qualifies you for the Champions League as well. Not that we'd know that, because next season will be the last one, as Phillips is going to go for goal from range. He can shoot, but that is an awful attempt. 15 to hold on. We haven't had a single goal update from Old Trafford yet, so we don't know what's going on there, man. There's no way I know. It's one of the things that really annoys me. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. And to be fair, they are. I spoke it into existence. Manchester United 3-1 up, so we have to win this game in order to get fifth place. And again, a draw will be enough for sixth, and we would finish. Oh, we would finish sixth with a draw here and a Manchester United win, but as things stand, a win is, of course, going to lock up that fifth place finish. That would have been it. That would have been a dagger. Great save, keeps it at 2-1, but all we've got to do is keep holding the ball as Teddy now goes down as well. Not that it's, actually, it's going to be alright. I think it would be a bruise there, but yep, it's okay. It's alright. Teddy in the walls to block what would have been a counter-attack, and that's going to do it. Oxford United are... Where's the keeper? What's the keeper doing? Oh, what is the keeper doing? It's not the first time I've seen it, but it's the first time I've capitalised on it. Game over. Oxford in the Europa League. It's not the first time I've seen this kind of glitch, but I have no idea what the keeper is doing. Why is he standing so far out wide? It's when you go to the corner at times, the keeper will ghost out wide towards the 6-yard line. And I've never capitalised on it until I do. What is he doing? Forson bends it home. Game over. Oxford United are in the Europa League. We're going there anyway, but still. Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen that. The keeper just walking towards the 6-yard area and standing there until you either cross the ball in or pass it back into the middle and recycle possession. I don't know what causes the bug. Again, I think it's when you go towards that corner flag and they're anticipating a cross to position themselves better, but it's just silly because they won't go back until you pass the ball backwards. I've never tried to catch the keeper off the line like that. This time I did, and it ends up working out. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. We were going to win the game. We were a much better team out there. We thoroughly deserve it, and we put it out on the final day. It's locked up. Oxford United are going into the Europa League. So, as we take one final look at the table, you can see Liverpool were champions this season, just about holding off Chelsea by a single point to win the title. Man City finishing third, and Aston Villa did indeed lock up fourth. The top four set for a long time, to be fair, as we end up finishing in fifth place after win on the final day, just keeping Manchester United at bay, who leapfrog Fulham, going to sixth, and Fulham will finish seventh for that Conference League spot, or so we assume, as Arsenal kind of collapsed a bit towards the end of the campaign, finishing in eighth. Brighton and Brentford lock up the top 10, and you see the bottom three in the end were Burnley, West Ham and Coventry, as Newcastle United just about, so for a long time it looks like they were going down. And whilst Victor Boniface's goals helped Liverpool win the title and the Player of the Season award, the Golden Boot does go this time to Higgins for his heroics on the final day, bagging the brace, ensuring we would lock up 5th place, one clear of Haaland, and this time EA do give it to him as he should have had it last year as well. He also won the assist title with 14 and 37, so you could make a case for him being Player of the Season. Sadly, he might not have got it, but as for the Golden Glove, they went to Aguirre with Cumming, getting 9 and 34 in the top 3 for the first time in a save. We had 3 representatives of the team of season, by the way. Higgins, definitely deserved. Lowe, you can make a case for it being the Iron Man, but Dior? With our defending, we love Malik, don't get me wrong, but I've got no idea how Malik Dior was part of the team of the season. I often say it, man, the team of the season to me is just... It's a bit strange. EA need to work on it. As to the other competitions, well, again, these are very interesting here. Carabao Cup was won by Brentford. Not bitter about it. Obviously very bitter. And as for the FA Cup, as you know, we got to the semis this year before being knocked out by Liverpool. And Manchester United won it. They won the whole thing. So, are we in the Conference League after all? I've got no idea. So, Brentford will be in the Conference League for sure. Manchester United will be in the Europa League. But does that mean Fulham get Conference League and we get Europa League? Or I don't know. Lyon were Conference League winners for this season. We'll find out next season anyway. But at least we've got Europe of some kind. Yeah, I can't work that out, to be honest. Imagine if we somehow got to the Champions League instead. Yeah, it wouldn't be funny if it wouldn't be the first time I've done it. As Chelsea won the Europa League this season, beating Villarreal 2-1. There was a season in my Huddersfield Town career back in FIFA 18 where we finished 5th, but I don't know how we did it. But somehow the game somehow put us in the Champions League, even though we finished 5th. I don't know how on earth it happened. But anyway, as for the Champions League, I don't think we'll be in the next season. But imagine if we somehow were. I think it will be Europa League, to be fair. It was a really cool Champions League campaign, some blockbuster ties, and in the end, PSG beat Bayer Leverkusen 5-4 on penalties to win Europe's grand prize this season. And as for the Championship this season, Leeds and Wolves are back in the top tier, and the playoffs will be Sunderland, Norwich, Ipswich and Sheffield United. I'd quite like it to be Ipswich, to be fair, because it's a nice little rivalry with them. So that is that. Season 5 comes to a close, and what a great season for Oxford as well. The best finishes we've had across the board. Carabao Cup reaching the semi-finals, and as we know, should have been the final had it not been cruelly and wrongfully taken from us due to that penalty shootout glitch. But first time reaching the final for the Carabao Cup, and then getting to the semi-finals of the FA Cup for the first time in club history as well. So the best finishes the club had ever had in both the league and the FA Cup, and in the Premier League as well, with that 5th place finish locked up on the final day as well. So a brilliant season all round, slightly overshadowed by the Carabao Cup semi-final shootout glitch. I don't think I'll get over that for a long time. I'm still furious about it, but one of those things, we're not going to distract from what was a brilliant season for the U's, our best in the save, and proof here that we are now developing into a really, really good team. As I run you through the squad hub for Season 5, as I did mention earlier, next season will be the final one of the save as well. There's only, 12, 13 days until the new FC comes out, so there won't be enough time for 2 more seasons. So we'll do 1 more season of the save. That'll be the following one as we gear up for FC 26, and it'll be our first and only season in Europe. And I quite like as well, like calling the final season the season before, because it adds pressure as well. In my previous career modes over the years, I just play until I won like a Champions League or a Premier League, but now it adds to the pressure. There's no second chances. If we finish trophyless, we finish trophyless. That's just how it is. We're putting the pressure on for the following season, the final one of the save, as we're going to Europe for the first and only time. And again, is it Europa League? Is it Conference League? We don't know yet, but we will find out. But for what we'll do for the new season, no doubt about it, this lad, who's now grown 4 out on loan and will come back 77 rated, is going to be the youth player that goes into our first 11 for next season. So that will give us the 6. We'll have Amin, Patayari, Dior, Butkus, Lowe and Higgins as well. But where I'll spend the money will definitely be on a new centre-half and possibly a goalkeeper as well, to be fair, based on our budget. This season, our defence was diabolically bad. I mean, seriously. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand it's kind of difficult with the rule we're playing with, but I can't defend it. Quite literally, it was that bad, man. Seriously. So for next season, we didn't sign any players this year. I let the budget carry over for the new year, so we'll have the biggest budget possible. I'm spending it all on either a world-class centre-half or a world-class keeper to help us defend better after a shambolic defensive display throughout the campaign. Oh, by the way, Simon's coming back in the summer as well. I might play him as well, so we might have both Simon and Butkus on the wings after all, as those great youth academy graduates developing out on loan right now. One thing's for sure, though, this guy guy is, of course, going to be leading the line as captain. Back-to-back golden boots. Brilliant performance on the final day, bagging the brace, leading us to a 5th place finish. Michael Higgins next year, can he fire us to our first major honour in club history? Well, that is going to do it, guys. So massive thank you for watching the finale and Season 5. If you've enjoyed it, please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one with a brand new season, Season 6, our final one of the save. We'll be going into Europe. Again, we don't know what competition it's going to be out of the 3, but we're going into Europe and aiming for a great conclusion to what's been a brilliant save in our final season of the summer career mode. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the start of a brand new season, our final one of the summer career mode, very soon.